So, hey, what's up? So I know it's been a while. Sorry, I'm not gonna kind of get into that kind of stuff. It's just gonna bore you guys. And just want to say that I should be back for a little bit at least. I'm back at uni now, but I've got a bit of spare time, so hopefully I can get some videos done. I miss doing videos, so yeah, back with another one. Alrighty. So this video is gonna be my experience with singing while being on testosterone, because I know a lot of guys like me as well was kind of nervous starting testosterone to see what that would do to my singing voice, and it would change it obviously, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to sing after. So I wanted to give my experience of what singing was like being on testosterone, so it kind of can give you guys a handle on what it's going to be like if you guys are wondering. But yeah, here we go. So I definitely don't class myself as a genuine singer. I just happened to fall into singing for my band when I was 14. I had never had any singing lessons or anything when I started singing for that band. I just kind of jumped right into it because no one else wanted to do it. So yeah, that's kind of my starting point. I was pre-T when I started singing for my band. I was pretty shit, but yeah, I did my own songs, did some covers, and it turned out alright. People liked us, so we kind of progressed. And then about a year after I started singing for that band, I started T. As I was on a few months on T, maybe 3-4 months on T, my voice started cracking, and singing was definitely harder during that period. I couldn't control my voice very well. I still was not attending singing lessons or anything like that, so I was just kind of going with the flow and seeing what happened. It was kind of tricky singing songs that I used to be able to sing, and now I was just cracking all over the place, and people, like my parents told me that as well, and I knew it, but it was just kind of a fact of life, and I knew I was going to get through to the other side eventually. It was just getting through that stage was kind of rough, and it was kind of unfortunate at that time because we were playing a lot of gigs at that point as well. We were getting a little bit of recognition in our town, which was nice, but my voice wasn't where it needed to be. That's obviously the stage that people are most worried about, I guess, is that cracking stage, and unfortunately there's nothing you can really do to prevent that. Like every cis guy would go through that stage as well, so it's inevitable. It's just gonna happen. I'm sorry. So after maybe like even a year on T, that's when my voice kind of started stabilizing a little bit. I did have several small drops after that, but that's when it was relatively stable. It wasn't really cracking anymore. However, I did lose that head voice that I had pre-T, so I just couldn't sing that high anymore. I couldn't even get into that kind of, I don't know if you know much about singing, I don't know much either, but like there's a head voice that you have. It's kind of it's a different part of your voice, a voice box that's kind of doing stuff. Yeah, that's kind of the simplest explanation. But I couldn't get to that. I didn't know how to get to that, and so that kind of limited me. I couldn't sing the songs that I usually sung, like even my own songs that I wrote pre-T. I couldn't sing those melodies anymore just because they were in my now head voice. So that was kind of rough. I had to not sing those songs anymore. I just wrote new songs and we just did those songs. After kind of being frustrated with that for a bit, I went to a singing lesson with the rest of my band. So my singing teacher actually said that a lot of guys struggle with reaching their head voice again after their voice drops because they get so confident and comfortable with their deeper voice because they want to use that. They want to say that they're a man. They want to use their deeper voice. They just never practice in that high register anymore. So they just lose it, and that's what happened to me. So basically he just showed me different techniques of how to reach that part of my voice again, and I got it eventually, and so now I can sing in that head voice. It's obviously not as strong as my normal voice, but I'm practicing on it and I'm slowly getting there. So I know a lot of trans guys are like, I'm going to lose my high register, but you can get there again. You just have to practice and get that technique right. So yeah, I didn't know that, and that was kind of enlightening to me that I could reach those high notes again. That's kind of my singing journey. I'm still working on my head voice a lot. I'm still working on reaching those high notes. Apparently it helps to write songs that kind of stretch your limits a little bit, so I'm working on writing some melodies and stuff that use those higher notes, and so I can practice them when I'm performing live as well. So it turns out in the end I've actually got a much better range than I did pre-T. I can sing almost as high as I did pre-T, not quite, but I've got all that bottom range as well. So I'm definitely happy with my singing voice, and like T has made it sound so much more mature and grown up, I guess, as well. But yeah, that's kind of my experience with singing whilst on T. It's been a long one, 5 years or so, but I'm definitely happy where I am now, and I can't wait to see where my voice goes in the future. It's definitely getting better every time I practice and really get down to it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and get something out of this. So yeah, that's it from me today. I've got some videos planned for the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned and subscribe if you hadn't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.